All right, Khan, Shalom, Shalom, Israel, Shalom to the 12 tribes, Yasharala, giving the course, all honor, glory, and praise unto the Most High God, Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahawashi. This all praises, honor, glorification unto the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahawashi. All right, this brother Yasharala. So, we're going to get straight into this. So, apparently, up in NorCal, there were a couple of earthquakes, I believe, last night or yesterday, essentially, and a lot of people have felt it, especially in the Central Valley of California. So I wouldn't just talk about that real quick, because guess what? There's going to be a lot more earthquakes to come. All right. California is known for the Most High, or the Most High is known for shaking up California. Is known for, California is known for earthquakes, earthquakes and wildfires. Those are the two main type of, as they say, natural disasters that really affects California. There was just a hurricane as well, which was unprecedented, right? That's never heard of. Hurricanes don't really affect California like that. So there was just a hurricane. So the Lord is jacking up California. The Lord is going to jack up California even more. And let's just go through certain precepts to show that there's going to be more earthquakes. The Lord's going to visit the earth, right? So let's start with the book of 2nd Ezra. First, let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, and let's start at verse 18. It says, I'm gonna start at verse 17. And it happened that when I had heard it, I stood upon my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. So this voice that's speaking is none other but, the Lord, Yahawashi. It says, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. So the affliction of Zion is being fulfilled. Okay? Our affliction is being fulfilled right now. We're living out our sentence. Just like how you might, in the court of law in America, in the court of law of America, they're going to be given a sentence. They have to live out that sentence. Maybe it's 5 years, 7 years. Going on to what happened recently about Polite. He just had received 7 years. Okay, so essentially that's what's happening. Zion is living out our judgment, or it's like we're Zion, we're Israel, and we're living out the judgment that the Lord gave unto us. Okay, right now. All right, just like how when you go to the book of Jeremiah, it will tell you that the Lord prophesied. He told Jeremiah that they had to be in captivity for 70 years. All right, let me see if I can try to get that real quick. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 29 and verse number 10. All praises. It says, for thus saith the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you and perform my good word towards you, and causing you to return to this place. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, said the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. So, of course, the Lord, he said that, look, after 70 years is accomplished, then the Lord is going to have mercy upon you and bring you back into your land. So essentially, Jeremiah and the other men already knew how long their captivity was going to be. The only difference is, in this captivity, we don't exactly know how long it's going to be. We don't know. But we know that we're towards the end of our judgment. We're towards the end of our sentence, if that makes sense. Okay? Because again, as the Lord says in Matthew 24, verse 36, of that day and that hour knoweth no man. Not even the angels are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father only. Okay? So only the Father knows the allotted time in which our affliction is going to be put to the end, and where he's going to send down his Son Yahawashi to gather the elect from the four corners of the earth. But let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse number 18. And it said, behold, right? Oh, Salaki, verse 19. And we began to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. So again, the Most High, when it says the Most High, right, it's going to come and visit the world which he made. It's not really talking about the Most High per se. It's really talking about, you know, Yahawashah, because Yahawashah is going to come down and save his people and destroy the wicked. All right, let's go to Matthew chapter 26. Or actually, let's go to Matthew 27 to prove that. Well, actually, Salakia, I think I wanted Matthew 26. This is Matthew chapter 26 and verse number 64. Yahawashah saith unto him, Thou hast said, nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. So Yahawashah gave out that prophecy to the chief priest, Caiaphas, and he said, look, you have said, right? But nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. So he's giving out that prophecy, what we're reading right here in 2nd Ezra chapter 6. The Lord is going to visit the world which he made. And he's visiting the world right now, right? On the spiritual level. He's visiting the world right now on the spiritual level. You know, prior to the Yahawashah actually coming on the scene, guess what? The Spirit of the Lord is already down here, causing havoc, right? Judging the inhabitants of the earth. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse number 6, right? Isaiah chapter 29 verse 6, and it reads, Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder. So when it's thundering, right? When it's thundering and it's a storm outside, that's the Lord doing that. It's not Mother Nature. That's not, you know what I'm saying? We can't give it to any other power except for the Most High, right? It's not, like I said, Mother Nature, Father Time, or any other God that people want to attribute, you know, nature to. It's really the Most High God that's doing that. It says, and with earthquake, and so with earthquakes as well. So when you feel an earthquake, that's really the Most High doing that. All right, that's not anything else. That's the Most High. Now on the scientific level, it could be the platonic, you know, the plates in the earth shifting or whatever. It may be that on a scientific level, but again, the Most High is the cause of that. Ultimately, the Most High wanted that to happen, and he's visiting the world by doing that, by you know, controlling and giving, judging the earth. When I say the earth, I mean the inhabitants of the earth, the people in the earth, the sinners thereof, with natural disasters. It says, Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. So when there's natural disasters, wildfires, when there's earthquakes, when there's uproars of the people, then you know that we're in the last days, and then you know that Yahawashah, Salaki, the Most High, is visiting the world. He's here, man. He's judging the earth. All right. So what does that tell us? We have to do our best to get right in these last days. David told me it's coming up, the fast, right? So essentially, we want to do our best to get right in the eyes of the Lord. Let's go to the book of 2nd Peter. You know, we all have things that we can work on. Let's go to 2nd Peter chapter 3 and verse number, I want to start at verse 10. It says, But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Just like how people in Morocco, it was, what was it? It was at night. You know what I'm saying? It was at night. Some people were asleep. Some people were partying. But all of a sudden, quick judgment came upon them. All right? Like a thief in the night. You don't know when a thief is coming. All right? I always say that. You don't know when a thief is coming. Okay? That's an unexpected thing. So it says, The day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt away with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. So the elements are going to melt with fervent heat. Okay, what are these elements that it's talking about? These elements is talking about the things that you see outside. All right, it could be the trees, houses, cars. And who cares about that brand new Mercedes that this person has? It's going to be burnt up anyway. It's going to be burnt up. It's going to look like every other car out here. All right. If a nuke hits San Francisco, if a nuke, you know, nuclear missile, if it's an ICBM, an intercontinental ballistic missile, hits a certain city, it doesn't matter if your car is made out of steel, if it's made out of plastic, if it's made out of the new titanium, whatever, it's going to be burnt up. So the elements are going to be burnt up. It says, shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. All right. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? So we want to make sure in the last days that we're walking uprightly. You know what I'm saying? We want to walk uprightly. We want to walk in these precepts as we see a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, the earthquakes in North Cali, you know, upwards of the people in the world. You have earthquakes in Morocco. You have natural disasters everywhere. You have Esau talking about a new strand of you know what, the pestilence, as we like to say. Okay. And Matthew 24 is in full effect. Mark chapter 13 is in full effect. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Again, these chapters are in full effect. Okay? I'm gonna end it off with the book of 2nd Ezra. Alright? 2nd Ezra chapter, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse number, right, let's see here. And this whole thing though, just for the sake of time, I'm gonna get verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we're trying to measure the time right now. You know, we're not living during the time of Moses to where we could just chillax, you know what I'm saying, and just be in the wilderness all day. No, we're measuring the times. We understand that, okay, it's nearing our time to where you know, the Lord's going to judge the earth. It's nearing the time to where we know YAHAWASHI is coming back. You know, we're near that time. So we're measuring the time right now. Okay, we're looking at the prophecies, and we're comparing spiritual things with spiritual. And we're understanding what time we're living in, the last days. So with that, all praise to YAHAWASHI, Mashiach, Mamalaki, YAHAWASHI. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Kwam Yasharala, the water for tuning in. Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.